Fox 45 Sports with Nathan Baker.
Well, an instant classic was not expected, but Ohio State and Michigan sure did deliver one, didn't they? Ann Arbor was the site for one of the best games in rivalry history, and the Buckeyes prevailed, unbeaten somehow. It was a shootout from start to finish. Buckeyes down 14-7 in the first until Braxton Miller rips off this. He had 153 yards rushing, tied a career high with 3 rushing touchdowns. But in the second, gets chippy. Messy, really. Dontre Wilson gets into a big one. Check out the next shot here. Number 1, throws a haymaker. Wilson tossed. Marcus Hall also threw a punch. Both ejected, along with 1 Michigan player. Refs say possible suspension shouldn't be an issue. Tone was set, though. Second half, OSU. Braxton to Jeff Hireman. They're up 14 points, but Devin Gardner and Michigan rally. Gardner up top to Jake Butt, and the game is tied. Sorry. Bad name. Ohio State responds almost too fast. They march right down, and Carlos Hyde caps a career day. He had 226 yards rushing, a record for a Buckeye against Michigan. But Michigan answers. 30 seconds left. Gardner to Devin Funchess. Michigan down a point. Kettering native Brady Hoke says go for 2 and the win. Big decision, gutsy call, almost pays off if not for Tyvis Powell making a great pick to snap the game-winning pass there away and gave Ohio State a 42-41 win, second straight 12-0 regular season, and a school record 24th straight win.
Man, it was a good game, good hard-fought game, and understand they ain't let up at all. You know, the record they had, they ain't phased them at all. You know, it was a hard-fought game, and they came out to play.
You know, I would have done the same thing. You go win the game right there, no question. I have just great respect for this rivalry, and that's instantaneous. That's what I thought about is back in '86, '87 when Coach Bruce was here, coached his final game, and then the 10-year. You have a flashback of the great games that I've witnessed, and if I didn't witness in person, I certainly witnessed on TV.
Wow. Ohio State now plays Michigan State in the Big Ten title game next Saturday. A win and OSU might be on to the national championship, or at worst, the Rose Bowl, which will be played in the same place. The game can only be seen next Saturday right here, 8 p.m. on Fox 45. Now the Buckeyes, chances of making the BCS national title game improved tonight because number 1 Alabama went for a 57-yard field goal to beat number 4 Auburn. They didn't make it. And just wait, Auburn's Chris Davis fields it, and then this is a crazy way to walk off with a win. Davis goes 100 yards all the way back. They knock off the top-ranked Tide. Check out this poor kid coming up. Auburn might jump OSU. Not that one, that one. But at least there is some question as to what might happen in that final weekend. The Buckeyes might be going back to a title game. We'll see. Well, the high school football state semifinals wrapped up tonight. Coming up, we check in on reigning state champs Coldwater and Marion Local. Could both advance the title game? All right, time for a Saturday edition of Football Friday, brought to you by Donato's Pizza. The state semifinals wrapped up tonight across Ohio. We had 2 of the reigning champs looking to punch their tickets for a return to the big game. Let's go to the highlights. Defending champs Coldwater looking to make it back to the state title game for the 5th straight time. They had to take care of West Jefferson first. Easier said than done. West Jeff, Logan Stepp into the end zone. Now Coldwater with it. Brody Hoying outside to Adam Klostrom, and he picks up a few yards there. Then it's going to be Hoying connecting with fellow junior Derek Toby. He stretches to the end zone, gets in. Coldwater ties the game 7-7. Now Cavaliers stopped West Jefferson. They get the ball back, and they take complete control of momentum. That's what happens when your quarterback Brody Hoying finds a seam and goes 84 yards to the house for the lead for good. Coldwater headed back to the state championship with a 35-10 win. Well, scores all season have been brought to you by Ford. So our teams won, but who will they face? I actually haven't told you that Marion Local's won yet, but we'll have those highlights on ABC 22. Marion Local, a victor, 35-6. They're going to take on Trimble. You can find all the scores right now on fox45now.com. How about Billy Donlin and the Raiders taking on Western Carolina at the Nutter Center? Reggie Arsenault doing it himself, stopping, popping for 2 of his 12. Later in the half, former CJ Eagle Matt Vest going to cut through the paint, flies to the 10, scores, gets the foul. Raiders pull away and win 85-77. Jackie?
Well, we have a final farewell to say to the one and only over there, Nathan Baker. Stay with us as we give a heartfelt goodbye to our sports director. You're watching Fox 45 after the game. Welcome back. It's a bittersweet night here at Fox 45. After more than 7 years, our own Nathan Baker leaving us, but not without a very heartfelt goodbye.
Hello, I'm Nathan Baker.
I remember when he got his first job, I was working at WLIO in Lima, and he was working there. That was back when we both had a lot more hair and a lot less gut. And one of the things that struck me was he was always really funny.
Nathan came our way in 2006.
Cincinnati Reds took care of a bullpen issue.
He's the best on-air person I've worked with. As far as anything goes, he can deal with it.
Rick DeLuciano's not only been directing Nathan's sportscast for a decade, they're good friends.
It's going to be crazy weird without him.
Nathan is second to none when it comes to covering sports in the Miami Valley. Just look at his highly viewed and respected Football Friday show, a well-oiled machine.
Welcome to Football Friday, sponsored by Donato's Pizza. I'm Nathan Baker.
Then there's the specials.
2 hours on the Reds, 2 hours on the Dragons, 3 hours on the Bengals. Go do it.
Karazinski, reporter turned executive producer, worked on plenty of them with Nathan.
He's such a professional and he's so good at what he does that it was easy to fill those shows and get good content for them, and it ended up being fun.
One of the best sportscasters I've worked with. He's smooth as glass, and our station is going to miss him dearly.
I'm going to miss him, making fun of him in his IFB and laughing with him.
I kept pushing it in the back of my mind, maybe he won't go, but it's just been a pleasure working with him for 7 years.
That's
You're
what
trying here. You're trying to get me, and it's working. It's been great. It's been. Which is what I might have to do right there for a second.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
But it's
The
fitting.
mics are gone. There we go.
It's been great to be here for 7 years, almost 8 at Fox 45 and ABC 22. I thank the station. It's been a dream to come back to the area. It's where I'm from. I'm covering the teams that I grew up watching and rooting
and you're
for.
the best.
And it'll continue. I just want to thank everybody for welcoming me into your homes, into your communities. I'll be doing State Farm Insurance in Fairborn, so come help me make me some money, right? It's been a blessing. Thank you so much.
Our best to you. We will miss you so much. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great night.